Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain about electric resistance. Electric resistance. Electric resistance means the opposition is commonly called electric resistance. Means the opposition offered by a conductor to the passage of dripping electrons. Dripping electrons is called electric resistance. Means oppose the flow of electrons. It is electric resistance. Oppose the flow of electrons is called electric resistance. So electric resistance depends upon the nature of the conductors. Electric resistance depends on the nature of the conductors. It is generally measured in ohms. The electric resistance already know. The symbol of electric resistance is like this. It is the symbol for the electrical resistance. Already explained. Okay, electric resistance means it opposes the flow of electrons. The resistance depends upon the nature of the conductors. It is measured in ohm. It is the symbol ohm unit. So symbol for the ohm is, it is the symbol for the ohm. Okay, here 1 kilo ohm equal to 1000 ohms, 1 mega equal to 10 power 6 and giga equal to 10 power 9 ohms. It is about electric resistance. Okay, I will write the definition for the electric resistance. Electric resistance. The opposition or obstruction offered by a conductor to the passage of dripping electrons is called electric resistance. Electric resistance. So electric resistance depends on the nature of the conductors. So here electric resistance depends on the nature of the conductor. Nature of the conductor. It is generally measured in ohms. Units of resistance. It is measured in ohms. It is measured in ohms. Okay. Symbol for the ohms is It is the symbol for ohm. Okay, a conductor is said to be have resistance 1 ohm if the current of 1 ampere flows through it when it is end center potential difference of 1 volt. The resistance is 1. That means here okay, next one, a conductor is said to be have a resistance 1 ohm if a current of 1 ampere flows through it when its ends are at a potential difference of 1 volt. Okay, 1 volt. Next one, bigger units. Bigger units for the electric resistance. Bigger units of resistor 1 kilo ohm equal to 1 kilo ohm equal to 1 kilo ohm equal to how much amma 10 power 3 ohms. 1 mega ohm equal to 10 power 6 ohms. Next one, 1 giga ohm equal to 10 power 9 ohms. These are the bigger units. These are the bigger units for the electric resistance. Next one is electrical conductance. Okay, the reciprocal of electric resistance is called electrical conductance. Okay, next one is electrical conductance. It means the reciprocal of the resistor. The reciprocal of the resistance is called electrical conductance. Means here 1 by ohm, unit of 1 by ohm, unit equal to 1 by ohm. Next one is electrical conductance. Okay, ma. Next one is electrical conductance. The reciprocal of the electrical resistance is called electrical conductance. The unit of electrical conductance is ohm. So here reciprocal of the electrical conductor means the reciprocal of the electrical resistance is called electrical conductors. The unit of electrical conductance is that equal to 1 by ohm, because of ohm is the unit of electrical resistance. So here reciprocal of the electrical resistance is called electrical conductance. That's why here the unit of electrical conductance is, that is the reciprocal of the unit of electrical resistance. We know already what is the unit of electrical resistance, ohm. So that's why here electrical unit of electrical conductance is 1 by ohm. The unit of electrical conductance is 1 by ohm. It is the unit of electrical conductance. So it is normally stated as mho or Sesame. It is normally stated as mho or Sesame. Okay, one mho equal to reciprocal of, so here 1 mho equal to ohm inverse. It is the units for the electrical resistance. Next one, superconductors. Next one is superconductors. Superconductors. Listen to superconductors. All conductors offer some amount of resistance to the passage of electrical current, and in the process at a part the electrical energy is wasted in the form of heat energy. The particular temperature at which the resistance of conductors becomes zero, that is, does not offer any resistance to the passage of electric current, is called critical temperature. The phenomenon is called as superconductivity, and this conductor itself is called a superconductor. Okay. Next one, loss of resistance. Loss of resistance. Loss of resistance. Resistance of a conductor depends upon its nature. Resistance of a conductor depends upon its nature. First one is plasma. Resistance of a conductor depends upon its nature. Okay. example is loss of length. So resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. Resistance of a conductor is resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the directly proportional to the length to its length. That means here the resistance is directly proportional to L. We can write here, if L is the length of the conductor and R is the resistance, I will write here, if here conductor is directly proportional to the its length. Okay, if L is the length of the conductor, and R is the resistance. Then according to the second law, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. That means here L is the length and R is the resistance. So we can write here R is directly proportional to L. From the above data we can write here R is directly proportional to the L. Okay, if R1 and R2 are the resistors of two conductors and such that and L1 and L2 are the lengths of the conductors, then R1 is directly proportional to the L1 and R2 is directly proportional to L2. If R1 and R2 are the, from the second law, if R1 and R2 are the resistance of a two conductors, are the resistance of two conductors and L1 and L2 such that L1 and L2 are the lengths. L1 and L2 are the length. Then from the second lemma, here R1 is directly proportional to L1. It is the equation number 1. At the same time, R2 is directly proportional to L2. R2 is directly proportional to L2. From these two equations, we can write here. From these two equations, we can write here R1 by second law of the resistance. It is the second law of the resistance. Next one, third one. Here resistance of a conductor and resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Area of cross section. Once observe this second law. First law is, what is the laws of it? The first law, conductor depends on its nature. Second one is, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length. Okay, these two are the two laws. And the third one is, resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. So inversely proportional to the area of cross section. If R is the resistance, third one, if R is the resistance and A is the area of cross section of a conductors, from third law we can write here R is inversely proportional to area cross section. It is the third one. For example, if R1 and R2 are the resistance of two conductors, and A1 and A2 are the area of cross sections. So from this we can write here R1 is directly inversely proportional to A1 and R2 is inversely proportional to A2. So from these two laws we can write here R1 by R2 is equal to A2 by A1. A2 by R1 by R2 equal to A2 by A1. It is a third law. Okay. Listen once again. First law, resistance of a conductor depends upon the nature, and the resistance of a conductor depends upon its length of the conductors. Okay. Next one is, resistance of a conductor depends on the area of cross section. Area of cross section of a conductor. Okay. Third one, loss of area of cross section. Third law, law of area of cross section. Area of cross section. Resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to its area of cross section. Area of cross section. Okay. If R is the resistance of a conductor, resistance of a conductor, and A is the area of cross section, and A is the area of cross section. Area of cross section. Then according to Fowler, we can write here R is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Area of cross section. Okay, from Fowler we can write if R1 and R2 are two conductors such that A1 and A2 are areas of cross section. Areas of cross section. Then we can write here R1 is, it is equation number 1, inversely proportional to RP is inversely proportional to A2. From these two equations, from 1 and 2 equations, from equation number 1 and 2, we can write R1 by R2 is equal to the A2 by A1. R1 by R2 is equal to A2 by A1. Okay, from this we can write here, we know from the all R is that inversely proportional to A means area of cross section. Area of cross section, we can write R is equal to rho into 1 by A, that is equal to R equal to rho by A. So here rho is called specific resistance or resistivity. Specific resistance or resistivity. Okay. From that we can write once again. Listen once again. First of what is depends on the nature. Resistance depends on the nature of the conductance. The second one is resistance of the conductor is directly proportional to the length, and third one is inversely proportional to area of cross section. From third law we can write here R is inversely proportional to area of cross section. From we can write here R equal to rho into 1 by A, that equal to here. So it is called rho means here specific resistivity. Specific resistivity or specific resistance. You can call this symbol specific resistance. Specific resistance. If there is a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section, then R equal to, okay, ma? Here R is equal to rho by area. It is specific resistance. If there is a conductor of unit length and the unit area of cross section, area cross section, then R in ohms, that equal to rho into 1 meter by 1 meter square. Okay, specific resistance equal to, our aim is to find the specific resistance. Doing cross product. So here specific resistance equal to R into 1 meter equal to ohm meter, that equal to ohm meter. Okay, that means here R into M, R into dm. First of all, what is mean by specific resistance? Okay, tomorrow I will explain about the specific resistance. Okay, thank you.